Welcome, welcome, welcome to On Fire to Inspire. I am your host, Aaliyah, your purpose midwife. I want to thank you so much for joining me this beautiful Tuesday evening. You could have been doing anything else, and you chose to spend it with us. And so, for that, we're totally grateful. We don't take that for granted at all. So, I want y'all to do me a favor, hit that share button because we're going to, after I finish with thanking our sponsors, we're going to jump in and talk about it's time to make sure your family's protected. Is your family protected? That's our topic tonight. Before we get in there, I want to thank our sponsors. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my new friend. I am Lou Taylor on Instagram. When I tell y'all, the girl is anointed voice vocals, and I tell you, it's just a blessing to be able to speak with her today. So shout out to I am Lou Taylor. Y'all go follow her on Instagram. And you can go to her website at iamloutaylor.com. Also, I am still wearing my girl's earrings that she had gifted me. It is the Honey Gang on Instagram, the Honey Gang. If you go to the Honey Gang with two G's, the Honey Gang with two G's on Instagram, I tell you, you can get so many cute little pieces. Y'all, you can't beat that. Then, y'all, you can't forget my girl at uebdesigns.com because she's always sending me stuff. And so this is one of my queen, I call this my queen bracelet, but that is uebdesigns.com. UEB Designs love to accessorize you. That's their favorite part of the outfit, right? So thank you, UEB Designs. Adore Me is what I was rocking last week with a lip color, and that was by sensation-galore.com and mombizboss.com. Now, if y'all are not a part of Mom Biz Boss and you are in multiple operational managers, we all may not be mothers, but we are moms and we are doing our things with our businesses. And so if you are just getting started or if you're interested in getting started, join mombizboss.com, mombizboss.org. I keep saying .com, mombizboss.org, and it's mombizboss.org. And you can join a great team of ladies that are all rocking their businesses and sharing and collaborating. And it's not about competition. It's all about giving everybody that knowledge. So I love these ladies. And the Brown Team. The Brown Team has over 35 years of combined experience in real estate. So they can help you in any capacity, whether you're a buyer, a seller, an investor. And it's a team of husband and wife, Cornelia and her husband. And they are a top sales team with Better Homes and Gardens Metro Brokers. So y'all want to make sure that you're getting the best to help you out, right? So you can give them a call on their office at 404 843-2500, or you can call them at 404-786-0873. Ask for Cornelia Brown. Cornelia will take great care of you. All right. And finally, if you do not have any of my books, y'all can go look them up on I said Instagram, Lord, on Amazon. All of my books, coloring book journal is available out there. And if you don't have my big brother pastor's, I am his leadership book. It's called Leadership Inside Trajectory. You want to add that into your arsenal as well. And you can get that at iworkfaith.com. Well, thank you so much for all of our sponsors. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you. If you are interested in for me rocking some of your wear or any of that information, send us an email at onfiretoinspire@gmail.com and tell us in the subject sponsorship. We can give you our P.O. Box of 1451 Gaffney, South Carolina, 29342. And give us some information about you, what your product is, and all that good stuff. Because I love, love, love these, and I love representing this single mom that is doing her thing. And her business idea actually started from she and her daughters doing crafts. So I love, love, love it. So thank you, thank you, thank you to the Honey Gang, and that's Honey Gang with 2 G's. So yeah, we are going to be talking a little serious tonight. And we're going to be talking about, is your family protected? Now, I need y'all to hit that share button because we are out here talking in Facebook land, YouTube land, and LinkedIn land. But I want to make sure that we are tuning in. And if you're listening live or you'll be listening to the replay, you want to tune in, share this with family and friends because we want to equip our people. It's time to start leaving a legacy and no longer liabilities or debt to our kids, right? All right, so without further ado, I want to bring on our guest, Miss Lisa Stringer Bailey. Welcome back to the platform. How you doing? You're muted. You're muted.
Okay.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much, Aaliyah. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. You know, Lisa, I love, love, love having my guests introduce themselves. So, can you introduce yourself to the On Fire to Inspire family?
I sure will. Well, hello, everyone on the On Fire to Inspire Network. And thank you so much, Miss Aaliyah, for having me on your platform. I am truly honored to be here. So I am Lisa Stringer Bailey. I am the owner and creator of Triple M, which is Money Management Matters. And I inspire and motivate women to make more money, save more money, and most importantly, protect that money. Because I am a licensed life insurance professional here in the state of Georgia and soon to be in surrounding states as well. And I show my clients, my customers, my friends, I call them my friends and accountability partners because like to link up with them and hold them accountable, right? But I educate them on how life insurance, they can use that as more than just a death benefit. Okay. It can be used for living benefits. It can be used as a savings vehicle. It can be used for many of things that we're going to get into a little bit later on today. I am married. I have my wonderful husband and two children, two boys, 15 and 23, and been in the financial industry for over 30 years. Just my whole, working life, I've always worked with money. I was in the United States Navy for 9 years where I worked in budgeting. And I then went to banking industry. I was in banking for 17 years. And now I actually still work a full-time job as a credit analyst. So I look at financial statements all day because my degree, my college degree is in accounting. So accounting and finance. So I love money. I love how money works. And I love teaching others how money works.
Gotcha, gotcha. So, I love the fact that you said I have over 30 years of dealing with money. So, we have an area expert dealing with finances talking to us tonight. So, thank you so much for joining us tonight. When I read And I watched this thing talking about how Chadwick Boseman was Boswick. I think it was Boseman. I said it right. He didn't have a will and he didn't have a trust. And you think, oh my God, he was so successful. It seems like someone would have put that in place for him. And so, as a result of that not being in place, the government got 1.3 million, I think it was. No, his wife got 1.3 million. His
more
family
than they should have.
and the government got right at $1 million. So
Yeah.
his assets had been protected. His family could have had more to put into his legacy or into their legacy.
Absolutely.
So tell us about some of these, because people automatically think, well, life insurance is for when you die. No, that's not exactly right. So I like when you said you have living benefits, savings, vehicles, and so many other different capacities of this. So I like that. Tell us a little bit about, more than just when you die, you're going to earn,
Okay. Well, the thing is, there are many types of life insurance. Okay. A lot of people think it's just one type, which is the death type, but it is set up for your family, for after you're gone, something to help them not only to, send you home or send you away nicely or celebrate your life, it can also be used during your life, right? So there's particular types of life insurance that you can have attached to the policy, what we call living benefits. Just say, for instance, if you unfortunately be diagnosed with a critical illness, a cancer, if you have a stroke, a heart attack, anything that prevents you from working, well, you can't work anymore. Well, if you have a life insurance in place with these benefits attached, you can pull money from that life insurance policy that you can use to help sustain you during your medical illness. When you're not working, they will send you money every month to help pay your rent, pay your mortgage, pay your utilities, keep your family sustained while you're in the hospital getting well, right? So that's just one example. It's so many examples. And one other example that we run into a lot when we get into our senior years, if we get to the point where we can't take care of ourselves, maybe somebody that don't have children or their children is overseas working and they can't come home and take care of you. You might have to go into a facility, the what they call them, the home care facilities. I hate to call them nursing homes. That's the old style of calling it. But now it's a more formal way. But y'all know those places where you go and let other people take care of you, right? Those places can run about $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 a month. Okay. And if you're not financially able or you have not planned for that, that is a true burden on you. And most nursing homes are not going to take you. And if they do, it's going to be one that's not going to take care of you. Okay. Y'all know the ones, the slum ones. I just pray to God I never have to go. And now, my elderly parent loved ones do not have to go, but it's a reality. But so if you had a life insurance in place that also have a living benefit for home care services, nursing home services, then you're protected. It's there just in case something like that happens. So that's just two examples, but it's lots more that I could talk about. And it's a case by case basis. What you want to do is, talk to a licensed insurance professional and see what your needs are, what you want. Like if it's something that runs in your family, maybe cancer runs in your family. You might not have it now, but it may be a chance that you might get it. But you want to be protected. You want to be proactive and make sure you have something in place to help in case.
That's good. That's good information. I know that a young lady said her family had the cancer policy in place, and so their family member had the cancer. It really helped them. Paid out because you're talking about getting that person back and forth to the doctors and going and getting the chemo treatments and stuff. And many
Yes.
times it's not in the same city. So you're
Mhm.
talking about gas and other things that's needed. And so it
Yep.
can be a burden to the family. So
Yep.
yes. So people don't want to talk about these type of things, but we have to be proactive. It's time to be proactive versus reactive. Um, Evangelist Culture says, thank you so much. As a nurse, I see people in situations where they have not prepared, and it can be
Yes.
devastating. So
Absolutely.
yes,
Absolutely.
she's been nursing like 20 years, so I'm sure she can tell us some stories about different things she's seen.
Oh
And
yeah.
so that proactivity, if you
Yep.
will eliminate some of the devastation and some of the burden upon that family. Um,
Absolutely.
So what would you say to a person that definitely they don't have, any kind of critical illness right now, but it's in their family, lineage? What would you say to that person in being proactive and making preparation?
I would say at least talk to someone about it. See what type of policies that they could get, get some quotes, get some pricing. A lot of people think that it just costs too much, that they don't have the money for it. But when they actually sit down and talk to somebody, run the numbers, they'd be surprised at how affordable it can be. Because then when you start comparing, well, what if I have it and what if I don't have it? Okay. If you don't have it, what kind of expenses you're going to have? And if I do have it, what kind of expenses I'm going to have? I'm going to tell you, if you do get something in the long run, your expenses is going to be way up here. Like the nurse just said, it's going to be devastating. It's going to devastate your finances. You may have to sell your home. It's just all kind of things that could happen. It's those what ifs. So I, try to educate people on you'd rather be safe than sorry. Y'all remember that old saying, be safe than sorry. Go ahead and get something in place. It might not even be that expensive. You don't know unless you ask. Okay. Because what does the Bible say? Our people perish from lack of knowledge because they're not getting the knowledge. Just ask the question. Be proactive.
Yes, I love that, being proactive. For the young person that says, "Oh, I'm only 22, honey. I'm gonna live forever."
Honey,
What would you say to that?
I tell them, look, have you seen the news lately? Do you
Right.
look at the news? Do you? And they know they probably don't, but I'd be like, okay, do you look at YouTube? Okay, news is everywhere. It's online. It's on YouTube. It's on Snapchat. It's on TikTok. It's on Instagram. Look at the number of people, young adults, that's passing away, not by no fault of their own, but it could be the crazy people out here. We got some crazies running around with guns now, and they just shooting people for whatever. It's sad to say, but the reality is the times that we're living in, we just never know. We just never know. Again, you want to be safe than sorry. Again, you don't want to leave this earth and leave a burden and a stress on your family by
Mhm.
not having something in place for them to send you home with or to leave. And God forbid, and a lot of young families I talk to with children, number one thing I say, your children, if something happens to you, what's going to happen to your children? What's going to happen to your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend? Or if you ain't even with them, what's going to happen to your children? You need to make sure that your children is taken care of in case something happens to you. And the good thing is, the younger you get an insurance policy, the less expensive it is. Okay. You can get a couple $100,000 for $50, $80, $100 a month. That ain't nothing. We waste that on a tennis shoe.
Say that again. Amen.
Y'all young folks waste that on a tennis shoe. Come on now. Y'all got to take care of yourselves, which I'm really trying to get into the ear of the young people. I got a 23-year-old. I'm telling him now, get you a life insurance policy. something that you can have for the rest of your life, pay $25, $50 a month for it, and consider it like a savings, especially if it's a cash value policy. You start off, the younger you start off with it, the more time that the cash has to grow. And when you get maybe 40 years old, you might say, well, you don't want to work no more. You tired of this job. You can take money out of that policy and start your own business. That's just one option.
That's good. That's good. I had a young lady that went through a divorce and had a policy in place, a whole life policy in place, and she borrowed against that because she had some financial things that popped up in the midst of that, and so that whole life and the cash value allowed her to be able to have that flexibility that was needed because of that hardship. So
that's it.
That's another good example.
That's it. Yeah. Whatever circumstance may come up for you in your life, if you have something set aside, like a cash value life insurance policy, you already know you got some cash somewhere you can pull from.
Right. Evangelist culture says, do not leave your family here to fight an enemy you're not here to fight. I love that.
Ooh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again for the folks in the back, honey.
I'm telling you.
And that's good.
And Pastor R Culture said, amen, get it young.
Yeah.
And Pastor Barnett said, it's hard enough to lose your loved ones.
Yep.
So don't add to that by not having things in order, because that's another burden.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely right. That's
absolutely
true. That is
and I know from personal experience, which is one of the reasons why I think the Lord gave me this ministry, because I lost 4 family members, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 that did not have any life insurance in place. And that's another thing. Our culture, our people, we don't want to talk about it.
Right.
We don't want nobody to know that we can't afford life insurance. But you can't afford not to have it. If something happens to you, then your family is looking crazy with the GoFundMe pages out here and letting everybody know that you didn't have life insurance and didn't have the money to put to one. So I'm just
go ahead and yell that for the folks in the back so they can hear that part too.
Ooh, okay. It's real, girl. This is real.
It is. It is real. It is so serious. In the instances of seeing, like you said, you may not be sick, but there was, I think it was just maybe 2 days ago, right in Norcross, right there, not far from you. A young man was putting air in his tire. Yeah. 3 guys pulled up beside him.
I saw that.
You saw that.
Yep.
Two started to fight. Another one, I think, tried to do a carjacking, and they ended up shooting and killing him. He was 28, 29 years old.
Young man
with a child. So I pray that he had things in place for his family. But this is the kind of stuff we're talking about. Be proactive and get it when you're young. Because guess what? If you get this stuff when you're young, you don't have pre-existing conditions generally. If you get it young, you don't have a lot of different things that, as you get older, those things kind of pop up, because maybe you were neglecting your body or whatever. Yeah. But yes. So how, what other advice would you give? Girl, this is some good stuff. And I hope y'all listening. I hope y'all tagging people. I hope y'all hitting share, because this is real talk. This is so real. Evangelist Culture said this is real talk.
It's real.
Yes. What other advice would you give that person? What about that person? We've talked about the young person. What about the older person that says, you know what? I have it on my job. I've been with my job for 30 years. I ain't got nothing else. I don't need nothing else. What do you say to that person?
Okay. First thing I say to you is that job going to be there forever? Is that job going to take care of you when you're not working there anymore? Okay. Let me educate you on this. Those life insurance policies that we have at our jobs, those are called group policies. Okay. Because you are part of a group, of a corporate group, of that company group. Okay. Once you're not a part of that group no more, once you're not working there no more, that's no policy. That you're not covered. You are simply not covered. A lot of people think they're still covered. No, you're not, because you've been paying for that out of your payroll. Okay, every time you get paid, they pull out their little amount for the insurance. That's all fine and well. But like I say, if they was to lay you off, if they was to come into you and say, we're eliminating your position, we don't need you no more. If we was to go through another pandemic, oh, y'all, we gonna have to send you home. We don't have no work for you. You on your own. You are not covered by that group policy anymore. So I always tell people, get you an outside policy. Get you a policy outside your job. This policy is your personal policy, your family policy. This is what you have always. It's a necessity. Okay. It's a got to have. And then if you're not working, and it's the other thing I tell people too, a lot of times when you're not working, you'll just let your insurance lapse. And if you can't make the insurance payments, then you no longer have insurance. But what I tell people is call the insurance company, let them know you're not working. See if there's a clause in there that say we will pay it for you, or we will extend it out 3 months, 6 months. Some of them extend it out 12 months. And you are still covered. They give you time to get another job, or they give you time, or if you get your unemployment, make it a payment then. But if you don't have any other income coming in and you got to pay everything else first and your insurance gonna come last, call the insurance company. Ask them to extend it. It's a life and death situation. You're not working, but you need your life insurance because you don't know what's gonna happen. They will work with you and say, well, we can extend it out for you, however long they are willing to, and take that and then figure it out. But keep your life insurance policies paid.
All right, I have another scenario for you. Hold on. I got Pastor Coulter, our Coulter says when you retire, a lot of those are gone too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I had a young lady whose mom retired from a very prominent job there in Georgia. And her mom hit, I want to say 65. There was a clause that was that little in there. And it said once she hit that age, that cash value of 100,000 went down to half. So she no longer had 100,000, she had 50,000. And so I don't know if there was a clause that said it would, continue to go down. So you have all these built-in clauses as well. Mm-hmm. But my next question is, what if you have that person that says, I'm 62 years old, I don't have nothing, I can't afford what they're trying to quote me? What would you say to that person?
Well, it's more, how they say, more ways to skin a cat. Look, don't take no for an answer just from the first person that you talk to, because there is policies out there for individuals up to 85 years old. Okay. And you can get some policies for a reasonable amount. But the thing is, you may not get, $50,000. You may just be able to get 10,000, which is better than nothing. That could be just enough for final expenses, for your casket, for the embalming, for all that funeral stuff, like a funeral type of policy. It's called final expense. So you can definitely get that for yourself, so you can have something to leave your family with to take care of you. But yeah, at that age, it can be difficult. It can be challenging, but it can be done. So if you know somebody that's in that situation, that should be another reason why you start getting the policies now at your age. If you're 40, if you're 30, if you're 20, get it early. Don't wait till you're 60.
The person who has, I got all these scenarios because they're just coming to me, okay? The person that has had insurance, and then it lapsed, and they, financial situation, they didn't communicate like we're teaching them tonight. And now when they try to go back and get it, they now have a pre-existing condition. what would you say to that person? Because you do have those scenarios that's out here too. We're trying to give people, we're trying to equip the people, educate and
Yeah,
equip the people tonight.
absolutely. Again, shop around, ask around. Don't just go with the first one that tell you no. There are companies out there that will give you a small policy, even with pre-existing conditions. I do know a lot of the ones that I sell to individuals like that. There is a waiting period. Sometimes you have to wait 2 years, at least 2 years, before the policy will pay out. You know, because the insurance companies, they are in a business to make money, and they don't want to insure somebody and then that somebody die, from that illness within the first year, because they ain't really made no money off of it. But that's just the business side of insurance. So if you do have to have something, they'll do it, but they'll make you wait 2 years before the policy will pay out. So another reason why. Let's get it while we feeling good, honey.
Right. They're protecting themselves against ambulance chasers. Oh, I
Yes.
found out I got such and such. Let me go get some insurance. So that's why you have those clauses, And also, we don't want to talk about this, but it's the truth though. If you have, and the only reason I know a lot of this stuff because I used to be licensed, but if you have a family member that has a new policy, and that family member committed suicide, there is a suicide clause in most of those policies. It will not pay out.
Mm-mm. Exactly.
So
That's one of those things that they won't pay out unless it's after at least 2 years.
yes.
And so another thing I want to give you all a tip on, if you are shopping for insurance, it's a lot of fine print in there, but I want you to take the time to really read the fine print, read the clauses, read what they call riders that's in these policies. And a lot of times, all this information that we're talking about will be in the policy, but we don't take the time to read it. So another service that I do offer, if you are already insured and you're not sure what type of policy you have, you're not sure if you have enough coverage, I would be glad to review it with you, review it for you, read through it, because I can read through and kind of catch and pull out the things that don't look right or may not be adequate for you, and just kind of let you know if you're in the right policy.
Love it, love it. And I had one more thing. I was typing what you were saying and lost my train of thought. Investment vehicle. If a person says, well, I'm trying to figure out how to utilize this as an investment vehicle, what would you say to that person?
I would say, again, there's different types of policies. There is one insurance policy that's called an annuity. And these annuities are really set up for retirement. Okay. There is a place where you can put like a lump sum of money. If you got $10,000 and you want it to go into a place where it will grow some cash value and it will grow safely. Another thing about insurance, I mentioned this, if you put money into an insurance policy, it is safe from market downfall. Okay. Just compare it to a 401k or 403b, where a lot of our retirement dollars are going now, because that's what our job push is, the 401ks, right? Well, those 401ks is what we call pre-tax dollars. Okay. That money has not been taxed. So when you retire and you pull the money out, well, guess what? Uncle Sam is going to get his part. It's going to get taxed. It's not going to be that full. You might have $50,000 in there. It's not going to be the full 50, because you got to pay taxes on that. And it depends on what your tax bracket is. Who knows? People might think it's going to be lower But the way the economy is going now, it could be higher. They always constantly changing things, as it goes from the Democrats to the Republicans, and taxes is here, taxes is that. We don't know what's going to happen. So what you want to do is take those retirement dollars, put it into something like an insurance policy, either a whole life or what we call a index universal life or an annuity, and you use that for your retirement. Okay. When the money is in there, the money is secure. Okay. From the second thing I wanted to say about your 401ks, it's also linked to the stock market. Okay. To the markets, to the S&P 500s, to the indexes, whatever. And if the stock goes plump down, then your money goes down. Okay. If this same money is in an insurance policy, an insurance vehicle, an insurance account, the money is protected. Okay. When the stocks go down, your money stays flat. You don't lose value. But when stocks are up, you gain value. You get money. Your money is rising. But when stocks going down and your 401k is going down, it's going down. You just lost it. But in an insurance policy, it's protected. And they do link it to the market. But like I say, they have the what they call a floor, where it does not go below what you put in there.
Yes, that floor is for protection.
Yep. And so it's some good stuff. I'm just going to tell y'all, these are the things that the wealthy do. The rich, the wealthy, the millionaires and the billionaires and the people that don't pay taxes. And you wonder how they don't pay taxes. It's because they have it in these type of vehicles. They have it in these type of accounts. And we just don't know about it. But listen, you don't have to have $1 million. You can have your measly little 10,000, whatever you got. 5,000. You can start an annuity with $5,000.
So I have two questions. One says, if you leave a job and have a 401k, what would you recommend?
You want to definitely take it and what they call roll it over into something safer. If you're looking for something like an insurance policy, like I'm talking about, you can roll it over into an annuity. You can roll it over into what they call a Roth IRA. You can roll it over into an IUL insurance policy. It's several different places you can do it where it can still earn some money, especially if you're not ready to actually retire. You still want it to earn some income for a few more years, then definitely roll it over. Take it, don't leave it there. I would not leave it there because, like I said, it's still linked to the stock market and
Right.
you could lose money. Put it in something that's safer.
Yes, ma'am. I remember back in around 2009, 2010, when the market was just doing all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was working for one of the big banks. I won't name that. And when I was in my first life in the IT world,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember one of my coworkers had been working there he was about to retire, but he lost about $30,000 because of the stock market had plummeted.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so his 401k went it just went down. He was like, I got to work some more years. And he
Mhm.
was ready to retire within, the next two, but he wasn't going to be able to. So y'all listen to what she's saying.
Yeah, it's facts.
Listen.
It's facts. People done gave insurance a bad name, a bad rap. But once you learn about it, which I have learned, because and Aaliyah will tell you, to be a life insurance agent, a professional, you have to go through studies. You have to study that stuff from front to back, from up to down, and then you got to take a test and pass that test. Okay, every 2 years. So listen, I know what I'm talking about. Insurance is a safe haven. That's what the wealthy do. They put it in safe havens, and they don't pay no taxes on it.
Mm-hmm. When you retire, what do you do with your 401k money? And that's what she's saying now. You can actually do that same thing. You could send it into one of those products. Is that what you're saying, Lisa?
If you're not ready to use it,
If you're not ready to use
now, in which you shouldn't pull it out no way unless you're 59 and a half. Yeah, it depends on your age. But like I say, once you start pulling it out, you're going to get taxed on it. So if you ain't ready to pay no taxes, roll it over into another vehicle and let it continue to grow there. You can even roll it over into an annuity, and there's some type of annuities that will start paying you every month immediately. It kind of depends on your needs, and the money's not taxed. It's a way to get around that, but yeah.
There was another question, and the question is, what is your contact information?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in the chat, honey. Y'all can catch me on Facebook. Please follow me at Lisa Stringer Bailey. Also follow me at my business page, Triple M Money Management Matters. I do have a calendar link, and I put it in the chat. You can get on my calendar at any time because I still do work full time. So my calendar is just really evening hours and on the weekend that I can get on the phone with you and see how I can help you. But get on my calendar. It's bit.ly/money moment. I'll put it in here. Let's see. Did that come over? bit.ly.com/money moment. That's my calendar link. And also, I wanted to offer you guys a free ebook, okay, that I created. And with this free ebook, it's 20 tips on how to it's just 20 tips on some motivation, inspiration on your money journey. I do use, and I don't know if I mentioned this in my introduction, but I use biblical principles, okay, when I'm educating on money matters. I actually do Facebook Lives every Monday on Facebook and on YouTube. It's called Money Motivational Mondays, where I, just kind of keep you encouraged and motivated because, money is such a sensitive subject. And it can be very stressing. It can be very depressing. It can be very challenging, which I know so well. Even being in the financial industry, I have my own challenges with my finances myself. At one point, I was $30,000 just in credit card debt, okay? Because I love to shop. I don't know if y'all can tell. I love to shop, okay, like most women, but I had to learn, that, I had to put more of that shopping dollar into savings dollars, okay, because we got to be prepared. We got to be prepared for the future. I started putting more money toward investing, toward the insurance. So once I started learning about it, I said, God, thank you that I'm learning this information because I'm going to do better. And then God said, well, you need to teach other people. Because this is what I put you on this earth for.
That's why that's why you had to go through that
yes.
that learning, of that. Now, Lisa,
Yes.
for the people who are on YouTube and people on YouTube and LinkedIn, they can't see that link that you just typed in.
Okay.
But what I do, I have on the screen right now what you typed in. I have it populated right now. So for those of you who could not see that link, I have it on the screen right now. It is overwriting her name, but that is the link that she has for your free ebook. Just for listening tonight, just for grabbing. I mean, you were able to get so many gold nuggets by just listening to the wisdom that she shared with us tonight. But she's giving you a free ebook. So if y'all go out there, she has 20 tips for your finances. And it's a link out there. Excuse me. And I have it highlighted right now. So, Lisa, I want you to repeat your contact information again so that they can make sure they follow you because they're saying good information. Thank you. Another young lady, Angelisa, saying powerful information. Thank you. So everybody's saying thank you. They're enjoyed this segment.
Welcome. You're welcome. Again, y'all definitely follow me on Facebook. I'm at Lisa Stringer Bailey. And I have a business page, Triple M, which is the 3 M's of Money Management Matters. And I also have a YouTube channel, Money Management Matters on YouTube. And I invite y'all to check out my YouTube videos. I have done over, I don't know, 30 videos or more where I've gone live over there 30 days in a row about 3 times. So I might have 90 videos. I don't know. But anyway, a lot of them are about the biblical principles, what God says about money, how God wants us to use our money, how God wants us to be good stewards of our money, and how once we do that, once we get on in line with God's way, then our finances are going to fall into place, okay? And we're going to be able to afford the things that we should have in place, which is our life insurance, okay? One of my favorite Bible verses, and I want to share with you guys as we wrap up, if you don't mind, Aaliyah,
Go ahead.
is Proverbs 13 and 22. Proverbs 13 and 22. You all know that Proverbs is the book of wisdom, okay? Anytime you read Proverbs, you should be learning something new. You should be increasing your knowledge. You should be increasing your wisdom, okay? And Proverbs chapter 13 and 22 says, a good person, and this is the NIV, a good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. Okay? That's one of my favorite verses. In our money matters. We need to be thinking forward for our children, an inheritance for our children and their children and our grandchildren. Okay? If something happens to us when we leave this earth, we don't want to leave our children with a burden. We want to leave them with an inheritance, okay? Now, look, if you can't leave them with real estate, you can't leave them with, diamonds and pearls and all this material stuff, at least leave them with a nice insurance policy. At least so they can take care of your affairs once you're gone. That's God's way. That's what God wants us to do. He don't want us to leave this earth and leave a burden on our family. So with that, I stop harping. I love the word of God. Y'all listen. God tells us all about it.
Yes. So I went from the ebook populated, now I have it populated with your YouTube, so they can make sure they follow you on YouTube at Management Matters. And also we've started our YouTube. We're growing it. And it is Aaliyah, the Purpose Midwife. So we're going to coordinate everything and get everybody supported and follow, because it's all about, that's the word that I released this morning in the I Am Inspiration group. There's time to collaborate. It's not about competition. It's about collaboration, because there are some things that I remember from when I was doing the, selling life insurance and helping people, but I did it as more of a helping thing. But I wanted to get someone that could help them, because this is what you do. I didn't want to share what I knew. I want to share what's pertinent here in the now. You're licensed, you can help them. You've been in this, you're an area expert because you have over 30 years of access to in the financial market. And so, yes, ma'am, Pastor Arcosa said, amen, collaboration over competition. Yes, ma'am.
That's right.
It's time to leave that crab mentality in the past and move forward, saying, okay, my sister, let's lock arms. Let's see how we can get this thing handled. Okay, my brother, let's lock arms. Let's see how we can conquer this mountain, because it's already in us to do. There's victory we've created. He said, I've called you to triumph. Girl, don't get me started. But
come on, sis.
And so it's time for us to triumph in everything that God has given us. And so for us to set up the legacy for our children's children, and no longer being liabilities that we're leaving our kids.
Yes.
That's a whole life.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I'm trying to tell you. That's what God is saying.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
read it right in the word.
Yes. Well, we appreciate you coming on and sharing with us tonight.
You are so welcome.
We have had great comments coming in. You got to go back and read the comments. They're having great comments coming in. And again, y'all go out and get the ebook. She left y'all some great information here tonight. You can go back and listen. However, that ebook, you want to go out there and get that as well. And I do have that listed. Now pull that back up. And that is the ebook. She has 20 tips for your finances. So get that, y'all. It's time to walk in your debt free because that is your portion. We are the lenders, not the borrowers.
Girl,
And
how about it?
it's time for you to use these vehicles to catapult you into your promise. So
Yes.
it is time. It is time. So we thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not gonna start tonight because look, you're gonna get me revved up. It's time to shut it down.
Girl, well, let me go on and tell you, because I had that verse wrote down too, honey. That's Proverbs 22:7. Look, God, we on the same wavelength. God told me to share this verse too. Proverbs 22:7. The rich rule over the poor. Okay. And the borrower is slave to the lender. Okay. So if you're tired of being a borrower, you tired of having to borrow money from people just to lay your loved ones to rest. Come on now. We don't have to do that. We're not supposed to be borrowers. We're supposed to be the lenders. We're supposed to be building up our assets, building up our wealth so that we can lend, so that we can give to God's people.
Absolutely, so, absolutely.
God told me to tell you that verse, and you said it right there.
Girl, you know the gift, and I don't be going into all that. You know the gift.
Woo, look at God.
Look at him. I just love how he does. And if we get on out the way and let him be him, we can help so many people. And in utilizing our gifts. That's my prayer before I start the show. God, move me out the way so that you can be seen, you can be heard, and someone can be blessed in every capacity, whether it's an interview or whatever we're doing. This is his platform. I'm just the mouthpiece that he uses in this hour. And now it has been, we have now in our 7.5-year mark.
Ooh, congratulations.
That's
wonderful. That is wonderful.
What I say to you, Lisa, is keep doing what you're doing. You keep shining. You keep helping people, because as you're helping people, you know that verse. And I'm not the theologian. I know the word, but I can't just tell you where it is. But that one where he says, if you give to the least of them. And so you're reaching back and you're saying, I'm helping this person. You may not know, but I'm educating. Just because you're educating them, just because you're saying, okay, God, I can tell my testimony. I won't allow the enemy to put me in that place of shame. No, that place of shame was to catapult me into my now, because my now is going to produce the victory in the promise. And so you do that great work that he's called you to, and you go ahead and rev that thing on up.
Woo, girl.
It's okay.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you, honey. Because I tell you, for a long time, I've been running from what God had for me, had for my purpose. Yes. And, you know, when I finally heard God, and I was like, yes, God, you got to give me a yes. Yes, whatever it is, you know, it don't matter what it is, you know, like you said, everybody got a skill, everybody got a purpose. You just got to find it, you know, get into your relationship in your closet and your prayer closet, and you ask God what it is, and he'll show you.
And you know what? So many people looking for it, but all they have to do is look to him, and he'll give it to them. Like you told them, go on into your prayer closet, get into that quiet time and listen for his voice. So, girl, we'll be in the whole nother hour.
Girl, okay.
But you know what? You come on back here and bless us anytime, and you let me know if I can assist you with anything, and I will preferably see you in Atlanta. Y'all, don't forget It's All About Me Part 2 is coming up this coming Saturday. So y'all go out there. I've been sharing that on the pages, and they have a 3:00 show and a 7:00 show. And so, Lisa, I hope to get to see you there.
I'm going to try my best to make it.
All right. So we will see you. I will be at the 7:00 show. I will be wrapping everything up for them. And so I'm excited about that too, being the Playbill announcer. And so,
I'm excited to see it.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, you have a blessed one. Thank you again for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you for
Oh,
sharing
you're
your
welcome.
area expertise.
Thank you so much. I truly enjoyed speaking with you and definitely look forward to doing it again.
Thank you.
Yep.
Y'all, I tell y'all, if y'all missed any of Lisa's interview, y'all got to go back and catch the replay. Catch it, catch it, catch it. And go join her YouTube page. Go follow her YouTube page. Management Matters. Y'all got to go join it because she's giving all this a wealth of information and she's equipping you with the tools. She's giving you the art. She's giving you everything you need in your arsenal. I'm putting that on the page again. It's Money Management Matters. It's our YouTube, as well as y'all go and follow our YouTube. We're building our YouTube up. It is Aaliyah, the Purpose Midwife. So y'all go out there, hit subscribe, hit like, and then I want you to do me one more favor. What stood out with you tonight? I want you to go over to that page on YouTube, and I want you to click in the comments when the show ends. What stood out with you? What stuck with you tonight from all of the information and all of the wisdom that she poured into us tonight? So I thank y'all so much for joining us on Friday Inspire. I am your host, Aaliyah, your Purpose Midwife. I look forward to seeing you next week. Same time, same place. Love y'all.